We are going back to the hockey world in Rogers Place from Edmonton, Alberta. Sit back and enjoy this one as we are underway here from Edmonton. Montreal will bring it up initially as they work it through center. Bobbled puck turned over to Connor McDavid. Inside Zach Hyman. Tried to work Zuki at the top of the slot. Back up to Matheson. A shot tipped in on Ingram, who makes the stop and stops play early as we are underway here from Edmonton. Sinbin, welcome in. We're changing things up a little bit. Getting into some hockey action, because why not? Face-off controlled by Edmonton. Ekholm will walk it through center. He's got a center and Hyman if he wants it. He did, and a save by Montembeault. Ooh, Canadians, Oilers go. I'm assuming that is meant to say Habs. Faceoff sits on the dot for a moment. Suzuki gets it out. Dobson will bring it back through center ice. Here's Cole Caulfield. Caulfield squares it up and fires a shot saved by Ingram. What up, Chum? Thought I'd switch it up a little bit tonight. Skating everybody, works it in down low. Kapanen circles back. Regula fires it in. Tipped, kicked down. Rebound out in front, goes into the corner. Draisaitl back up top for Nurse. Podkolzin now can't handle. And Demidov will bring it back out through center ice. Demidov drops it off for Kapanen. Fires a shot off his skate. Goes into the corner for Hudson. Carrier back up top. A one-timer knocked down by Ingram off the blocker. Into the corner it comes. Demidov out to Kapanen. Tried to send it in. Goes off a body and kicked down once again by Ingram. Kapanen can't escape Regula. And it's back out of the zone for Kapanen. What up, Glovester? Up top, Podkolzin. Circles it in around the boards. Sits in the trapezoid for Demidov. Chase Cad. Carrier brings it in wide, puts the brakes on, centers, drops it off, score! A bullet! Philip Deneau puts it in, and Montreal strikes first here in Edmonton. Why, it's the Oiler crowd here early, and a bullet gets past Ingram. Philip Deneau, the former King, for Mr. Sinbin. CPU's got some stees. So an early 1-0 lead for the Habs. Ooh, that was a big hit behind the play. Here comes Roslovic, centers inside. Good stick by Struble. Gallagher will bring it back out through center. Emberson gains control for the Oilers. Howard Pindle on the boards. Floats back deep into the Oiler end. Edmonton works it back in their own end. Roslovic feeds Henrique. Henrique takes a hit at the red line. Gallagher turns back here for the Habs. Here's Bolduc working it in. Gallagher denied by Ingram. Into the trapezoid. Deneau out in front and a save. Once more, David works his way in and a shot denied by Montembeault. Faceoff will come here in the Habs end, controlled by the Oilers. There's a save by Montembeault on the shot by Bouchard. Canadians will work it back out through center. Beck can't survive the contact from Evan Bouchard. Savoy gets knocked down. Lazar now there for Edmonton, working along the far half wall. Dobson drops it off to the point. Matheson, good block by Majapani. And here come the Oilers. Savoy brings it up, looking for a center, tried to feed it in. Good stick by Dobson. Left wing circle, they fight. That might be a cross check, and it will be. There's the penalty. And our first of the game and a power play upcoming for the Habs. Andy, do me a favor after the stream and go look up Oilers' Jack Michaels' best call. He is arguably the best hockey announcer ever, in my opinion, other than Bob Cole. You think I don't know who Jack Michaels is? Jack Michaels is awesome. He's awesome. Le hockey, le plus grand sport au monde. I don't know how to read that. Sorry. I'm an American. Here's Slafkovsky inside. That one goes off the short side of Ingram. Bobbled puck in the slot controlled by Edmonton. Howard feeds it up to Nugent Hopkins. Short-handed for the Oilers. A shot knocked down by Montembeault. Les Canadiens de Montreal. Face-off control by Edmonton. Bouchard, a shot off the post. And it comes to the near corner. Bouchard off the board, stays in. Nugent Hopkins on the point, fires a shot, score! A bullet from downtown! And it's Ryan Nugent Hopkins to tie the game at 1. A bullet from up near the blue line gets past Montembeault, and this game is tied. A short-handed goal for Edmonton ties the game at 1 apiece. And now Emberson feeds it back deep into the Canadiens' end. Good start to this game here from Edmonton. Back behind the net, race for the puck. Lazar gets there. Centering pass and a shot denied by Montembeault. That was Nugent Hopkins again looking for the twofer. Damn it, RNH. Get Montembeault out of there. Dobish is their number 1 goalie. Battle in neutral ice floats into the Edmonton end. 50 seconds to go on the power play, where Edmonton has actually gained most of the momentum short-handed. They try to flip it out of the zone. That might have hit a guy up in near the face area. Kept in, Kapanen pinned to the boards by Bouchard. Goes in back behind. Ekholm jumps on it, and the Oilers will get it out. Mangiapane brings it up short-handed again. Here's Bouchard, whiffed on the shot. Mangiapane keeps it alive, fires in, and saved. And it comes to the near side. Offside on Montreal. 11 seconds to go on the power play. Oh. Podkolzin now takes a hit, and that's a penalty. It's on Suzuki, and now a power play will go for the Oilers. We'll get 5 seconds of a 4-on-4, but Suzuki's going to get called on this hit by Henrique. So 5 seconds of a 4-on-4, and then a power play here for the Oilers. Faceoff sits on the dot for a moment. And now it's sent back out to center right. Kapanen tracks it down. Short-handed now for the Canadiens, but they can't handle. And here comes Connor McDavid, the speed. Centering pass, Draisaitl. Oh, what a backdoor shot, but it goes off the post. Caulfield pinned to the boards by McDavid. Canadiens able to get it out. Back out to center, and Connor McDavid brings it up the far side, puts the brakes on. Savoy with a bobble out in front, and the Canadiens survive and they clear. McDavid tracks it down. Just over a minute to go on the power play. Intercepted by Kapanen. Kapanen surrounded by Oilers. Edmonton back on it. Here's Leon Draisaitl. Centers to McDavid. Bobbles the puck. Fires it off a body. Comes into the corner for Caulfield, who clears the zone once more. Race for the puck. Here's Kapanen, a shot off a body. I don't think that one got through on Ingram. Kapanen to the point in Caulfield. Intercepted by Draisaitl. And here come the Oilers again. Connor McDavid down the slot. Fires a backhanded try. Into the corner it comes. Big hits delivered. Oilers try to keep it alive. And now a potential jailbreak. Here comes Kapanen up ahead of the pack. Kapanen works in, score! A short-handed goal for Kapanen, and it's 2-1 Montreal. So both teams with a first period shorty. And Montreal takes a 2-1 lead here in Edmonton. Back and forth we go to start this game. Power play expires after the faceoff in center. Here comes Texier. Texier cut off on his way in. Deneau keeps it alive. Texier to Dobson into the slot. Suzuki goes off a stick. And Darnell Nurse will get it out. Savoy feeds Nurse. Cross ice for Henrique. Henrique behind the back, intercepted by Matheson. Here comes the Canadians. Good poke. Goes in deep to the Oiler end. Roslovic wins the race. Over halfway through this opening period, 2-1 Montreal. Hot start to this game as bodies fly in center ice. Dobson gains control here for the Canadians. He gets pestered by Roslovic and nearly took it away down low. To the far side, Matheson feeds Demidov. Darnell Nurse jumps on the puck. Loose puck goes into the corner. Demidov wins the race, pinned to the near half wall. He gets knocked down by Nurse. Henrique now through center ice. Dobson picks his pocket, and it flips into the far corner. Just under 9 to go, opening period, 2-1 Canadians. Roslovic picked by Deneau. Matheson feeds it up to Slavkovsky. Roslovic now has it for Edmonton, and he flips it around the boards. Suzuki wins the race for the puck on the far side. Matheson takes ahead. Savoy feeds it into the slot. Roslovic sends it in, and it's kicked down. Suzuki will walk it out through center ice. Tried to get his way around Darnell Nurse, no avail. Under 8 to go. Henrique will walk it ahead. Good poke by Dobson. Sits near the blue line. Edmonton maintains control. Henrique into the zone. Flips it around the boards. Race for the puck. Savoy gets there for Edmonton. Good defense by Matheson. Game starting to slow down just a little bit. Suzuki brings it into the front ice. Fires a shot, save on Ingram. 7:16 to go, opening period. As an Edmonton person, Dem's fighting words. Faceoff sits on the dot, controlled by Edmonton. Regula near side Kapanen. Kapanen cuts in, backhanded try, forked wide into the near corner. Draisaitl sends it all the way back down. Am I wrong, Sinbin? Am I not saying it right? I could have sworn it was Kapanen. Bellino drops it off for Blaze. A shot goes off the blocker down low. Beck looking for a place to go. Struble to the point, and Jackeye tries to send it in, and Regula picks it off. Here's Podkolzin. Podkolzin down the seam, and Montembeault makes the save with 5:48 to go. As a matter of fact, we're going to be so bad this year at the point where you guys can just beat up on us. Face-off controlled by Hyman, who lost control. Gallagher will bring it back out through center. Gallagher drops it off to Deneau. A shot. Good save by Ingram. Ekholm feeds McDavid. McDavid tried to split defenders. Montembeault comes out of his cage to field it. And Gallagher will bring it back out through center ice. Hyman brings it back up, loses control. Habs back through center ice. Kapanen is Swedish, according to Hockey Reference. That is the pronunciation. Gallagher loses control down the slot. Bouchard gets to it in the corner. 4.5 to go, opening period. Howard feeds it around. I was saying cap, so I'm saying it right. Lazar works in, puts the brakes on. Back up top, Savoy. Savoy drops it off for Emberson. Squares it up, knocked down off the chest of Montebeau. Loose puck left wing. Struble gets there, and it comes back out towards center, and Cole Caulfield. Caulfield works in, waits for his friends. Good stick by Emberson. Lazar drops it off for Stastny. Tried to load up. And it comes off the near boards for Demidov. Demidov goes off a skate, keeps it alive. Back out to the point. Carrier inside. Bulda keeps it alive, and is saved by Ingram. Into the corner for Demidov. Loses control on the goal line. Stastny. Here's Howard. Howard fires a shot, saved by Montebeau. Oh, yeah, you're right, Andy. Sorry, it would have been Cat instead of K. You had it right. I was wrong. Okay. Mr. Samuel. Edmonton beat Vancouver 6-2. Vancouver. Face off here in the Habs end. Lazar wins the draw. Nurse. Inside Mangiapane. Backhanded try denied. And it goes in back behind the net. Carrier takes the hit. Savoy trying to keep it alive. Comes out for Lazar. Lazar into the corner, works down low. Hudson wins the race for the puck. And it circles back to the near half wall now. Caulfield on it, tried to flip it around. Good defense by Lazar. As it floats along the near half wall again. Suzuki clears the zone, but not for long. Regula right back in, intercepted by Texier, back out to neutral ice. Just under 2 minutes to go, a turnover. Here's Texier, walks it in, and Ingram smothers. Vancouver. Chase Cad. Face-off controlled by Edmonton. 90 seconds to go in the period. Podkolzin. Big hit and a penalty. That might go as interference on Noah Dobson. And a power play upcoming here for Edmonton. Power play here for the Oilers. Intercepted by McDavid. Nugent Hopkins brings it in. Nugent Hopkins flips it in on Montebeau. It looked like he was going for a rebound, but Montebeau didn't allow it. 1:08 to go in the first. Power play will carry over into the second period unless Edmonton can score a goal before the first period expires. Edmonton wins the draw. Bouchard knocked away by Montebeau. Hudson battling in the corner, wins it, and flips it out of the zone as we're under a minute to go in the period. Evan Bouchard. Good poke. Oilers keep it alive. Henrique. Jackeye takes it off his stick. Battle on the far half wall, flagged down by Bouchard. Oilers keep it alive inside. Bouchard denied by Montebeau. 28 seconds to go. Vancouver Canucks, the greatest hockey team when it comes to losing, and I'm still loyal to this team for some reason. Face-off control by Edmonton. Oh, score! Zach Hyman on a beautiful feed. And this game is tied on a power play strike. Beautiful feed by Darnell Nurse. And Hyman was free right behind Carrier. Both teams with 2 goals in the opening period. 26 seconds to play. And it's 2 apiece here in Edmonton. Fed in deep behind the boards. Kapanen gets there. Regula pinned there by the corner, and it comes back out for Kapanen. Keeps it in, and Ingram has to swat it away. Final seconds. Dobson for Demidov. Sends it in, intercepted by Draisaitl, and now we're tied at 2. But yeah, Andy, my school did a thing where they did a student versus teacher hockey game, and I got to be the guy in the press box commentating it. Hell yeah. Kirk broke windows so that Chom can laugh after taking 1 drink from the liquor cabinet. I swear, Sam, I was not drunk. It is the start of the second period here in Edmonton. Tied at 2 apiece. A lot of action in that opening period. See if it carries over into the second, and we are back underway. Suzuki brings it up initially for the Habs. Good stick by Nugent Hopkins. And here come the Oilers. McDavid drops it off for Hyman. Fires a shot, save by Montembeault. "23 seconds gone by, already a stoppage here in the second period. Suzuki wins the draw against Connor McDavid. Caulfield. Errant pass controlled by Ekholm. Connor McDavid intercepted. Caulfield. Caulfield takes a hit. Knocked down by Ekholm. Oilers back in center ice. McDavid brings it in wide. Fires a shot denied by Montembeault. In back behind the net. McDavid centering pass intercepted. And the Habs will get it out. Hyman turns back. Hyman trying to cut inside. Good defense. Into the trapezoid out in front. Goes off a body. Hyman denied. Hack and whack in the middle, and Montembeault finds it with 18:28 to go in the second. Face-off controlled by the Habs. Slavkovsky out skating everybody, and Ingram has to fork it wide. Back out to the point. Inside Kapanen, bobbled puck, controlled by Edmonton. And it comes back out to center for Draisaitl. Near side, Podkolzin cuts in. Drops it off, bobbled puck. Podkolzin on the wing. Keeps it alive, at least for a moment. That one goes off of Montembeault, in back behind the net. Back out to the point. Kapanen denied by Montembeault. Near side, Nurse. Below the goal line, Carrier gains control. And the Habs get it out. Slavkovsky can't handle, floats in deep to the Edmonton end. We played 3 minutes here in the period, and the action picking up right where it left off. Regula will walk it through center ice, intercepted by Gallagher. Turns back here for the Habs. Gallagher works in. Ingram knocks it away. Loose puck controlled. Gallagher to the near half wall. A collision. Loose puck controlled by the Canadiens. Carrier back out to the point. Struble tipped in on Ingram, who says no. What action on both ends of the ice. Hack and whack. Yes, sir, Sinbin. You know what? At least McDavid doesn't have a championship like Vancouver. Oh, Howard got hammered by Jack-Eye. Lost his stick in the process. Here's Deneau, who scored the first goal of this game. Loses control, keeps it alive though. Out in front, Ingram with the save. Somebody get him some goldfish. Oilers goal, his second of the hockey game, scored by number 18, Zach Hyman. Assisted by number 25, Darnell Nurse. And by number 93, Ryan Nugent Hopkins. One-timer, Jack-Eye knocked down, rebound, score! The Canadiens back on top. Philip Deneau has his second goal of the game. Ingram just couldn't get back over in time. Philip Deneau in the right place at the right time on the rebound. And it's 3-2 Canadiens, silencing the crowd here in Edmonton. Boo, I'm starting to dislike this guy. So the Canadiens retake the lead. And now right back in. Deneau going for the hat trick, denied by Ingram. And it comes all the way back out for Savoy. Savoy inside Majapani, forked wide, and it comes to the near corner. Bindle on the near half wall, floats in deep. Jack Eye on it. He's pinned to the boards by Majapani now as they battle in the trapezoid. Majapani circles back, inside. Never got a clean one off. Habs are on it. Struble back out to Bolduc. Ingram smothers. Allez les Canadiens de Montreal. Yeah. I'm an English guy. I can't do it. Face-off control by the Habs. On the point, Matheson. Inside off a stick, and Nugent-Hopkins is there. Here comes Nugent-Hopkins. Dragged the toe for a moment and lost control. Habs work it in their own end. Dobson loses it. Turnover. Hyman in on Montembeault. 14:03 to go in the period. 3-2 Montreal has the lead here in Edmonton. You're drunk, chum. You don't know the difference between sober and intoxicated. Ooh. Bouchard fires. A bullet goes wide. Might have hit a body out in front. There's a Canadian without a stick on the ice as well. Here comes Volino. Loses it to Ekholm. Habs caught in the middle of a change. Ekholm centering pass. McDavid on the doorstep, denied. Score! Zach Hyman on the rebound. And this game is tied again. Connor McDavid was right there on the doorstep, and then Hyman was there for the loose change, and he deposits it into the back of the net. At the 6:31 mark in the second, what a game we've been treated to so far. Roslovic takes ahead. Caulfield can't handle. Matheson keeps it alive. Behind the back, intercepted by Howard. Back out for Roslovic. He takes another hit. Keeps it alive, though. Roslovic waits for his friends. Stastny fires. What a stop by Montembeault. Montembeault is like the Habs' third goalie. Yeah, I don't know why they had him play in this game. Good save that time, though. Face-off controlled by the Habs. Here's Caulfield. Caulfield to Texier. To the far half wall, nobody home. Edmonton works it in their own end. Here's Henrique. Henrique loses control, keeps it alive, and fires a shot saved by Montembeault. 12:24 to go in the second period. 3-3 our score here in Edmonton. Draisaitl wins the draw. Podkolzin drops it off. Emberson off a body. Good defense out up top. Here comes Gallagher. Gallagher centering pass. Ingram smothers and it comes out wide. Gallagher back out, Carrier. Deneau. One-timer. Save. Ingram on a tip try out in front. Connor Ingram comes out to get it at the top of the blue paint. Both teams have been on the attack to these poor goaltenders all game long. Take a brief pause in the action to remind you to hit the like button on that stream. Follow if you're not. Subscribe if you're not, I should say, and I appreciate it. Some hockey action here in August. Back behind the Oilers' net, Draisaitl wins the race for the puck. Podkolzin now pinned to the boards on the far half wall. Oilers keep it alive in their own end. Turnover, denied by Ingram. He was going for the hat trick, and Ingram shuts the door with 11:04 to go in the second. McDavid wins the draw. Oilers trying to get it out of their end. They cannot, at least now. Here's McDavid now. McDavid tried to cut inside, loses control to Jack-Eye. Errant pass goes all the way down. This will be no icing. They wave it off, and McDavid with a good poke. Nugent Hopkins survives ahead. Drops it off for McDavid. Drags the toe, and a save by Montembeault. Connor McDavid right down the lane, and Montembeault holds his ground. Please. Face-off control by Edmonton. Bobbled puck controlled by Montreal. Beck flips it ahead. Lazar overskates it, gets knocked down by Beck. Battle for it near the goal line. Into the boards now. Lazar escapes with the loose change. Here comes Ekholm. Ekholm drags the toe, and Montembeault says no. Over halfway through the second period now, in a tie game at 3. Is CH your boss on YouTube, Andy? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. Here's Suzuki, works in, denied by Ingram. Into the corner, Caulfield. Can't handle, Bouchard is on it. Up ahead, Majapani. Texier to Suzuki, now Caulfield. Intercepted in the inside. Back out to center it comes. Texier can't handle. Howard tried to feed it. Good pick of the pocket by Texier. Here's Suzuki. Suzuki fires off the side of the cage perhaps, and it goes to the far side. Caulfield back up to the point. Dobson sends it in. Ingram kicks it down. Rebound just wide. Suzuki couldn't tuck it home. Into the trapezoid they fight. Suzuki escapes, back out for Matheson. Inside, Ingram knocks it away again. One action, Caulfield denied. Ingram sprawls out, and he makes a save with 8 minutes to go. Under 8 to go in the second period, tied at 3. Habs gain control. Here's Slafkovsky. Drops it off for Demidov. Demidov into the slot. He got tripped. Penalty upcoming. And a power play for the Habs with 7:38 to go. Pull the goalie, cha-cha-cha-cha. Pull the goalie, cha-cha-cha-cha. Oh, Andy, you want to know an Ooga Booga story I have? Let's hear it, chum. Nugent Hopkins wins the draw. Power play here for the Habs, but the Oilers start it by clearing the zone. Race for the puck won by Dobson. Aggressive defense there by Podkolzin. And it comes out for Demidov. Demidov drops it off on the trailer. Slafkovsky, score! A bullet! And another power play goal, and the Habs take a 4-3 lead. He just reared back and let it fly. A power play goal for the Habs. And back and forth we continue to go. Top shelf over the glove side of Ingram. 4-3 Canadians. And a quiet crowd once again here at Rogers Place. Kapanen brings it in. Looking for a response, but he can't handle. 7 minutes to go in the period. Big hit behind the play. Here's Blaze. A shot off the blocker of Ingram. Oilers gain control in their own end. Darnell Nurse up to Podkolzin. Podkolzin poked away by Carrier. Here's Beck. He takes a hit by Draisaitl. Kapanen brings it up the near boards, looking for a center, drops it off Nugent Hopkins. Save, Montembeault. So you know how I'm a Bruins fan? Well, last year I got tickets to Boston versus Edmonton game, and I'm a Bruins fan. So you know how I'm a Bruins fan? Well, last year I got tickets to Boston versus Edmonton game last year, and I'm a Bruins fan. But it was in Edmonton, so I wore my McDavid jersey. Emberson, good poke. Under 6 to go in the second period. Up ahead, Statsny. Offside, Edmonton. Oh yeah, Andy, I homered off of Red Sox Chris Sale and MLB The Show 20 just now. Flashback. McDavid wins the draw. Gallagher intercepts. Oilers back on it. In center ice, Zach Hyman. McDavid tried to load it up. Good poke. And now Philip Deneau working for a hat trick. Drops it off. Deneau's got it again. And a blocker saved by Ingram. Gallagher inside. Deneau drops it off and a save by Ingram. Maybe one pass too many. Goes in back behind the Edmonton cage. Emberson jumps on it. And McDavid will clear up to Nugent Hopkins. Good cutoff by Jackeye. Henrique, Roslovich into the slot. Score! Jack Roslovich, and this game is tied again. This time at 4 apiece. Goaltending does not exist. For our score. With just over 4 to go in the second. What a game from Edmonton to this point. Fed all the way around the boards. Kapanen gets there for the Habs. Here's Slavkovsky. Trying to work his way around Bouchard. Bouchard goes down to the ground, and Demidov to the near side. Surrounded by Oilers. Slavkovsky inside. Demidov out to Kapanen, a bobble. Good defense by Bouchard. And back out to center it comes. Roslovich flips it around the boards. Under 3.5 to go here in the second period. Tied at 4 in Edmonton. Oilers keep it alive and out of harm's way. Back out to center it comes. Demidov back in. Demidov off a stick, stays in play off the boards. Ekholm circles. Loses control. Ingram has to come out and play it and stops it. So 1:30 left in the third. Bruins up by 1. And with the net empty, McDavid scores to tie the game. And I let out the biggest F-bomb while wearing a McDavid jersey as he scores in a row of Oiler fans. Hell yeah. Here's Lazar, 2.5 to go. Lazar drops it off to no man's land. Texier is there. Texier walks it in, tried to center it. Good defense from behind by Mangiapane. Caulfield now circles in. Caulfield takes a big hit. My goodness. Darnell Nurse delivered the blow. Circles around the far half wall. Matheson inside. Texier off the blocker of Ingram. And the Oilers get it out. And it goes all the way back down. This could be icing. And it will be. And a power play upcoming as well. They called a penalty. And this one's going to be on Regula. And a power play upcoming for the Habs here in a tie game. And Regula not happy. So another power play opportunity here for Montreal. Bobbled puck into the slot. Kapanen drops it off. Caulfield, tip puck. Into the slot, still loose. Oilers jump on it. Emberson clears and will walk it up and now feed it around the boards. Nugent Hopkins over skates. Keeps it alive to the point in Ekholm. Poked, kept in. Bouchard. Podkolzin down low. To the wing and Ekholm circles back. Off a stick it comes. Here come the Habs. 3-on-2 back the other way. Now 4-on-2. Texier, a bobbled puck. Hutton. Texier denied by Ingram. In back behind the net. Hyman wins the race. Under a minute to go in the period. Bouchard brings it up. Bouchard into the slot. And Montembeault comes out to play it. 38 seconds to go. McDavid wins the draw. Kapanen, short-sided attempt denied by Montembeault. Out in front, good stick by Bullduk. And Demidov will bring it back out through center ice. Here's Slafkovsky. Good poke by Emberson inside. Nurse was right there on the doorstep. Puck floats to the near side. 10 seconds to go in the period. Dobson will bring it up. Final push of the second. Dobson knocked down by Nurse. More good defense. Final seconds. Demidov. And a shot denied at the buzzer by Ingram, and that'll do it for the second. And we are set up for a very entertaining third period of play here from Edmonton. Oilers goal scored by number 28, Jack Roslovich, assisted by number 19, It is the start of the third period here in Edmonton. It has been a very good game. Power play for 21 more seconds here for the Habs to start this third period, and we are back underway. Bobble puck comes through center ice. Oilers up short-handed, loses control. Caulfield jumps on it here for the Habs. Final seconds of their power play ticking down. And the power play expires as it floats back deep into the Habs' end. 4-4 our score here in the third period. Turnover to the near boards. Nugent Hopkins up to Bouchard. Tipped in wide. Never got through. Henrique to Hyman. Bobbled puck down low. Henrique couldn't get a shot off. Goes in back behind the net. Hutton gains control back out through center ice. Intercepted by Nugent Hopkins. He takes a big hit. Caulfield now on it here for the Habs. Bouchard gains control and flips it ahead. Hutton, first guy to it, takes a hit by Nugent Hopkins. Habs trying to get it out of the zone, and they will. Here's Demidov. Demidov loses control, cut off by Bouchard. Goes into the corner. Suzuki back up right wing point. Dobson, one-timer, saved by Ingram, who sprawls out. What a stop by the Oiler goaltender. Hyman now brings it up. Loses control. Nugent Hopkins inside. Hyman denied by Montembeault. Comes in the near side. Habs jump on it and they clear to survive the push. Kapanen looking for a center. Drops it off and a whiff. And it comes all the way back down. Delayed offside on the Habs. Here's Hyman. Drops it off Roslovic. Denied by Montembeault. What a stop. With 17:17 to go in the third. What action on both ends of the ice. What a stop by Ingram that was. Just got the blocker up to it. Face-off control by the Oilers. Regula off a skate. Kapanen keeps it in the zone. Kapanen a shot, goes off a body. To the near half wall. Podkolzin back out to the point. Nurse sends it in, tipped in on Montembeault, who says no. The action continues on both ends of the ice, and Ingram is holding his ground, trying to preserve this tie and set up the Oilers on the other end to potentially take the lead. Faceoff will come in the Habs' end. Draisaitl wins the draw. Stastny into the slot, denied by Montembeault. Into the corner they fight. Podkolzin back out to the point. Stastny a shot, tipped in. Montembeault says no. Also, Andy, during a Flames-Oilers game that I was at, the game had to be delayed by 15 minutes because somebody unfortunately had a heart attack in the crowd. Don't know if he's still alive. Damn, that sucks. Face-off control this time by the Habs. Back out to center now. Blaise. Looking for a center, works it in down low. Comes in the near corner for Draisaitl. Into the boards. Kapanen escapes with the loose change. Here's Podkolzin. Podkolzin drops it off for Kapanen. Long shot, easy save. And it comes to the near corner. Podkolzin gets it out for Draisaitl. Goes off a skate. Jackeye is there for the recovery. Beck feeds it ahead as he gets crunched at the red line. Loose puck controlled by Edmonton. Roslovic takes a hit but survives. Here's Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl loses it. Jackeye on it here for Montreal. Foligno now through center ice. Big hit at the blue line. We played 5 minutes here in the third. Still tied at 4. Here's Howard. Howard brings it in wide. Looking for his friends. Podkolzin denied by Montembeault. No further play. 14:41 to go in the third period. Next game I was at went into labor. Somebody went into labor during the game and had the baby the same night the Oilers won. Jeez, chum. Maybe it's you. Gallagher brings it in wide, circles it around the boards. Regula gets there for Edmonton. He's pinned into the trapezoid. Deneau back out to Hudson, a shot off a body, and it comes to the near half wall. Mangiapane pinned to the boards. Kept alive by Hutton. Here's Deneau inside, score! What a feed! And right there on the doorstep is Brendan Gallagher, and the Habs take the lead here in Edmonton. What a feed into the slot that was. And Gallagher was right there and just taps it in. I don't know how the heck these strange events keep happening, but it's confusing. Sounds like it, chum. 5-4 Montreal, 14:04 to go in regulation time. Mangiapane loses control back out to center ice. Can somebody, for the love of God, please cover Phillip Deneau? Bouchard tried to cut inside. Good defense by the Habs. Back out to center it comes. Gallagher feeds it in. Bouchard out in front to Ekholm, who will try to exit. Cut off and kept in by Deneau. Inside Carrier. Didn't get a clean one off and knocked down by Ingram. Savoy now walks it out of the zone. Bouchard cross ice for Henrique. Back to Bouchard. McDavid now. Tic-tac-toe. Tipping puck. Denied out in front. And it comes in down low. What a try there by Edmonton. But it comes out for Montreal. Here's Kapanen. Kapanen behind the back for Hutton. The shot denied, and it comes in down low. Kapanen gets hit. Bouchard gains the loose change. And Savoy back out through center ice for Edmonton. Here's Henrique. Savoy works it towards the corner. Henrique is there. He pass intercepted by Ekholm. Henrique to McDavid. Far side Kapanen. Habs caught in the middle of a change. McDavid a shot. Goes off a body to the near half wall. Jumped on by Dobson. Dobson brings it in. Slavkovsky has to backtrack for a moment. And now an intercept by Nugent-Hopkins. Here comes Nugent-Hopkins trying to center it. Good poke. Turnover. And couldn't get a clean one off inside. Hudson gains control. Slavkovsky intercepted by McDavid. Nugent-Hopkins back into the zone. He can't handle it. And it comes back out to center again. Approaching the halfway point of this third period now. Nugent-Hopkins takes a hit. He gets knocked down. Foligno fires, save, Ingram. And also, I love how every time the Oilers plays an original six team, the fans of both teams, both each chant, "Let's go Oilers" and "Let's go insert other team." And they will do this for the 20 goddamn minutes. Kapanen is hurt. And he goes to the bench. Kasperi Kapanen has to go to the bench. Check the status on him if we get an update. 10:13 to go in the period. Turnover. Texier couldn't handle. Halfway through this third period now. 5-4 Habs on top. Roslovich centers Howard off a skate. Howard gets it back. Regula denied just wide. Into the corner. Nobody home out in front. Caulfield turns back here for the Habs. Here's Matheson. Matheson out in front. Denied by Ingram. In down low, Matheson. Pinned to the boards by Nurse. Battle for it along the goal line. Here's Dobson to the point. And Suzuki. Caught by Ingram out of the air. 9:12 to go. By the way, does Andy know of Superfan Magoo? I do not. Matheson got hit. Texier back out for Dobson. A shot off the blocker of Ingram. Goes to the far corner. Suzuki looking for a place to go. Works it in. Bobbled puck controlled for a moment. Score! Texier out in front. And the loose change finds Alex Texier, and the Habs lead by 2. Biggest lead of the game, and it's a 2-goal lead for Montreal as Texier was in the right place at the right time. He's basically the big Oilers fan we have. He's here. Oh my gosh. You hear the drum in this game, the mascot has it, but in real life, Magoo uses it. Gotcha. 2-goal lead for Montreal. It's 6-4 here in a high-scoring affair. Caulfield. Shielded by Kapanen, who's back on the ice. Jack-eye in down low. Texier back out to the point and all the way through. Montebeau comes out of his cage to play it. Circles around to the near side. Under 8 to go in the third period. 2-goal lead for the Habs. Demidov works in. Denied. Rebound. Poked away by Ingram at the last moment. Back out to the left wing point. Jackeye works in. Penalty called. And another power play upcoming for Montreal. A hold is going to be the call on Kasperi Kapanen. And things are going from bad to worse in this third period for the Oilers. Face-off controlled by the Habs. Quick shot off of it, goes off a body, and it comes out to center. Savoy takes a big hit. Kept alive by Henrique, short-handed for the Oilers. Bouchard, denied by Montebeau. Comes back out to center and Dobson. Dobson drops it off for Texier. A shot knocked down by Ingram. Under 7 minutes to go. A turnover. Kapanen works in, denied. Ingram sprawls out and finds the puck. With 1:25 to go on the penalty. From 2007 to 2016, the Oilers never made the playoffs. That's why us Oilers fans call the decade of darkness. Habs have turned it on here in this third period. It's been a high-scoring game, but now they have a 2-goal lead, the biggest lead for either side in this game. And Connor Ingram struggling to defend the back of the net here in this third period. You can hear a pen drop in this building right now. 6:49 to go in the third. Power play continues here for Montreal. Nugent Hopkins into the zone, short-handed for Edmonton. Drops it off into the slot. Nurse. It goes off a skate. Nugent Hopkins back up top and all the way through. It's going to go all the way back down the length of the ice. Doesn't make the goal line. Habs win the draw. Demidov can't handle. To the far corner. Hudson to Slafkovsky. Draisaitl poking at him. And McDavid will walk it out of the zone. Good pick of the pocket by Suzuki. Oilers keep it alive in center ice. Draisaitl just flips it out. Under 30 seconds to go on the power play now. Under 6 minutes to go in regulation time. 2-goal lead for the Habs. 2 unanswered goals here in this third period. Slafkovsky fires a shot saved by Ingram. McDavid jumps on the rebound. Ekholm now pinned to the far half wall. Floats back out of the zone. Canadians have to tag back up. Slafkovsky will bring it back in. Goes off a stick. Hudson keeps it alive. Inside. Tic-tac-toe opportunity denied by Ingram. As we approach the 5-minute mark to go, penalty expires as well. Roslovich goes off a stick. Gallagher will bring it back up. Bouchard takes it away from behind. Oilers need a spark if they want to come back in this game. Mangiapane can't handle. Good defense by the Habs. Gallagher back out through center ice. Mangiapane turns back here for Edmonton. Drops it off for Roslovich, who can't handle. Lazar keeps it alive and fires a shot saved by Montebeau. Ironically, 3 days ago was the day that 28 years ago that Wayne Gretzky got traded to LA. Jackeye off the draw will walk it ahead, drops it off for Blaise. Under 4 to go. Flipped in back behind the net. Ekholm pinned to the boards behind the net. Floats out to the far half wall. Mangiapane wins the race for the puck. Back out center, here's Lazar. Waits for his friends, drops it off for Savoy. Savoy can't handle it, and it floats back out of the zone. Good poke by Bouchard. Mangiapane right back in. He gets surrounded by Canadians. Back out to center it comes. Here is Kapanen. Kapanen takes a hit. Beck keeps it on side for a moment. Texier now circles in, fires a shot blocked out in front. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third period. 2-goal lead here for the Habs. Here's Hyman. Looking for a center. Drops it off to no man's land. It'll go all the way back down. Coming out is Ingram to play it. Flips it all the way back down. Habs back on it again. Under 2.5 to go here in the period. Matheson will walk it ahead. One-time try. Broken stick in the process off the block. And here comes Zach Hyman. Flips it ahead. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Oilers running out of time. Carrier brings it back out through center ice. Carrier with a broken stick out there right in front of the net, by the way. As we approach the 92nd mark to go. Good stick by Matheson. Offside on Kapanen and company. Minute 31 to go in the third period. Montreal looking to put the finishing touches on this one. Face-off control by Edmonton. They try to get something going. Henrique can't handle inside, and that one never got through. Here's Howard, empty net for the Oilers. Howard circles. Dobson takes control. Bolduc through center, eyeing the empty net, tries to flip it home. Bullseye! An empty net goal for Montreal, and that is the dagger here in Edmonton. Empty net goal for the Canadiens. They turned it on in that third period, especially defensively. The Oilers just couldn't get anything going offensively in that third period, and with 56 seconds to go, it's a 3-goal lead for the Habs. Gallagher will bring it up. He loses control. We're under 50 seconds to go now here in the third. Henrique drops it off Roslovic. What a save by Montembeault. With 41 seconds to go here in the third period, and the finishing touches about to get put on by the Habs. You do know who Marc Messier is, right? Yes, I do. Boo, empty net. Empty your net, you clown. Montembeault stops that one, 39 seconds to go. Face-off control by Edmonton. Stastny drops it up for Emberson. A shot goes well wide. Gallagher now pinned into the corner. Henrique turns and fires, and a save by Montembeault. Far half wall kept alive. Stastny goes all the way through for Roslovic. Up top it's Stastny. A shot knocked away by Montembeault. Jackeye jumps on the loose change. Canadians will get it out to center. And the final seconds tick down in this game. We're down to 12 seconds to go. Henrique will bring it up. One final push for some pride. Jackeye jumps on it. And with 3 seconds left, the Canadians will walk it out, and that will do it. Montreal wins it. 7-4, a high-scoring affair here in Edmonton. And the Canadians took control in that third period and did not look back from there. They win 7-4. Montembeault gets the win in between the pipes for the Canadians. And they win it here on the road from Edmonton. Fun game, back and forth, and then the Canadians just took over in that third period. And what was a good, entertaining game. Hockey in August. Can't get any better than that. Mr. C.H. Mans link is in the chat. That's where we head to next. He's got coverage of the Dodgers as they play host to the Kansas City Royals. Go show him some love. That's where I will be. And make sure you tell him that I sent you over there. I will see you over in CH Man 712 Sports Chat. For now, good night from Edmonton, Alberta.